Once they put me in that room, the contractions got worse. Like, I would have contractions where I would feel my uterus going like this, and then I would feel it in my back. Like, you would feel it in your back, then you would feel it in the middle. So it was just like everywhere, all right here, just hurting. See, I don't got no tents or nothing. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be basically talking about my birth experience. I'm just gonna start from when I was 35 weeks. 35 weeks, when I went in, I was 1 centimeter dilated. Then at 36 weeks, I was 2 centimeters dilated. Then at 37, I was 3 centimeters dilated. Then at 38, I was like 3.5, close to 4 centimeters dilated. So it already, you know, I was told during my pregnancy, like, from multiple people, that, you know, just to walk a lot and stuff like that. So I was walking a lot, and I was exercising in the beginning of my pregnancy and doing all that, you know, good stuff. So once I went to my 35th week checkup, once my doctor told me I was 1 centimeter dilated, I was just like, okay, I need to stop working out, stop walking so much, because I wasn't trying to have baby K before the baby shower, the checkup before my last checkup. So yeah, I was 38 weeks, and I was close to 4 centimeters dilated, and, you know, it was almost time. So I could have the baby any minute. Fast forward on to the 3 days before I gave birth. 3 days before I gave birth, I was having contractions for 3 mornings. I would have one morning, I would have a contraction for like 5 minutes straight, a contraction 5 minutes straight. Then another morning, I would have like contractions like 20 minutes apart for like an hour. But for an hour, it would be 20 minutes apart, and it would last like 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like, I don't know if these are, you know, I'm going into labor contractions, if these are Braxton Hicks, like, what is going on? So anyway, 3 days before I gave birth, I was having, each morning I woke up, I was having contractions. I was waking up screaming, yelling, because them contractions was hurting. Them Braxton Hicks, I can say, because obviously I wasn't into labor them 3 mornings. So then down to the night before I gave birth, I had, this was the 25th. So the 25th of June, I walked up and down at night. I walked up and down my steps like 22 times. Up and down. But no, 15 times. The other 6 times I went up and down, and I skipped steps. So I was skipping steps, so my legs were, you know, apart more. I went up and down. So 22 times total. The morning after that, I freaking had started getting contractions at around like 6 going on 7 o'clock for 3 hours straight. They were far. The contractions were far apart, but then they started getting closer to 10 to 15 minutes apart, and they were lasting like a good 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 30 seconds. Like, it was changing, but it was frequent. So that happened that morning, which on the video y'all can see I went in a tub, whatever. But before I got in the tub, I was contracting from 7 to 10. 7 in the morning to 10 a.m. And, you know, within those 3 hours, I was contracting. I was having contractions continuously for, like, you know, every 20-25 minutes. And they were lasting 30, 60, 90 seconds. And they were 20, 25 minutes apart. So I was waking up. Every contraction I was getting, I was waking up for those 3 hours straight. Then finally, like, when it got towards like 10 o'clock, my contractions were getting closer. They were literally 10 minutes apart, like 10 to 15 minutes apart, and they were lasting like 60 seconds, 90 seconds. And I'm just like, yo, this hurts. Like, I don't know if this is real contractions. Like, I don't know if I'm in labor. I don't know what's going on. But I did not want to go. I did not want to go to the hospital until I knew for a fact. Because they tell you, you know, if your contractions are 5 minutes apart and they're lasting 30 seconds, go to the hospital. For an hour straight, go to the hospital. I was not going for it because they weren't 5 minutes apart and they weren't lasting, you know, 30 seconds like they said or whatever. They weren't, you know, 5 minutes. Once they wasn't 5 minutes apart, to be honest, I was just like, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm waiting till these contractions are 5 minutes apart. Not 10, but 5. So finally, I was like, you know, I was talking to my best friend. I'm like, yo, I'm having contractions. These suckers hurt. I don't know, you know, if it's Braxton Hicks, but, you know, these contractions are really hurting. So she's reminding me to go and take a hot bath or whatever. So I was like, oh, yeah, let me try that. That's when I started recording and I got in the tub. Now, the hot bath, it eased the pain a lot. I'm sorry if I I have ADHD, I think. I keep looking all over the place but the camera. But anyway, the bath, it helped my contractions. Like, it helped ease the pain a lot. So they helped ease the pain, but I was in there for like a good hour, I want to say, just rounded up to an hour. And within 30 minutes of being in there, I had 3 to 4 contractions. So I didn't time them. I didn't know, you know, how far apart they were. I just know that I had 3 to 4 contractions in the tub within 30 minutes. So I called my mom. I'm like, yo, I'm having contractions. You know, she was like, maybe you should just go to the hospital, see, you know, what's going on. Karen was like, telling me I should go to the hospital too. And I really didn't want to go to the hospital because, like I said, they weren't 5 minutes apart. I was not going, okay? So finally I gave in. I was like, you know what, let me just go. Because I had got one, after I got out the tub, I got ready and I'm like, we gotta go get food, you know. So like, because I was told, once again, I was told, once you get into the hospital, they're not gonna let you eat. They told me I could eat, but I'm gonna throw it up, so it don't even make sense to eat. So I could have ate in the hospital if I really wanted to and just throw it up. But basically, I didn't even eat whatever I got. But let me go back. So I was like, I'm gonna go get food. We're gonna go get food, then we're gonna go to the hospital. So right when I got ready, I started recording. You see me on the bed. I had got one contraction after that video. After I cut off the camera, after that clip, I got one contraction that tore my behind and made me say, F that, I'm definitely going to the hospital. Like, when I say that one contraction that I got after that clip, yo, I was screaming in the house, in the bed. Came running upstairs like, what's going on? He's like, breathe, telling me to breathe. That contraction, I felt it in my back. And it was painful as hell. So that's when we left. We went to Dunkin' Donuts. I was having my contractions. They were, you know, regular contractions. They weren't. Honestly, I felt like those contractions that I was getting, they were hurting, but they were bearable. Like, I could, you know, take the pain. And my pain tolerance is very low. So I automatically knew I probably was going to go get the epidural. But I was like, let me see how this feels first. Let me, you know, get the feel of it to make sure this is what I want to do. So when I was getting those type of contractions, I was like, yeah, I could take that or whatever. So now, fast forward to getting to the hospital. You know, I checked in and, you know, I went into triage. They checked me and they had told me, the lady was down there. She was checking in. She was checking my cervix and she was counting. She was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once she passed 4, I was like 4, 5, and she went all the way to 6. I was like, whoa, I'm 6 centimeters dilated. She was like, yes, you're having this baby today. I was like, Oh my god. So I'm in active labor. Well, I'm in labor. Not active, but I'm in labor right now. I'm about to have this freaking baby. I could not believe it, y'all. I couldn't believe it. So, you know, they set up my labor and delivery room, got me ready. They put me in that room. And when I tell you, once they put me in that room, the contractions got worse. Like, when I tell you, and to tell y'all, to be honest with y'all, everybody say contractions feels 10 times worse than cramps. They're right about it feeling 10 times worse than cramps, but it does not feel like cramp pain, like 10 times cramp pain. It feels like a sharp, to me, honestly, personally, it feels like a sharp pain that, like, you feel it everywhere. Like, you feel it in your back, and then you feel your uterus, like to me it felt like my uterus was doing this, like, and it was like a sharp. So it was just like, it's like an unexplainable feeling. But the way people was making it seem, I'm thinking, that's why all the times I would get like contractions, I would, you know, be like, is this what I'm supposed to be feeling? Because I'm expecting to feel cramp pain, but just excruciating cramp pain, and I wasn't feeling excruciating cramp pain. I was feeling a different excruciating pain. So to me, it honestly, it does not feel like cramp pain, period pain. It feels, you know, obviously worse than that, but it's a different type. You get what I'm saying? Like, it feels different than cramp pain. You can't, to me, you can't really compare those pains, because it didn't feel like cramps. You feel it in your lower, you know, your lower belly, and you know, you feel like your uterus is opening and stuff. But you could actually feel, like, I don't know, like, I would have contractions where I would feel my uterus going like this, and then I would feel it in my back. Like, you would feel it in your back, then you would feel it in the middle. So it was just like everywhere, all right here, just hurting. So yeah, they put me into the labor and delivery room, and the contractions were just getting worse. Like, every contraction that I was getting, it was just getting worse and worse. And I guess, you know, it's because I was dilating more. So I dilated to 7. Once I dilated to 7, they checked my uterus, right? Oh no, they didn't check my uterus till after I got the epidural. So basically, when I got to 8 centimeters, 7, I was just like, you know what, F that, I need the epidural. Called the lady in, because I need that epidural. So she was like, it's all right, we already started getting the epidural ready for you. You know, they're gonna get it. So like 20-30 minutes, they took like 20-30 minutes, and it felt like forever. I kept telling Cameron, like, where's the lady? Call the lady. Where's the lady? I don't know if y'all seen it in the video. I missed a lot of clips in that video that I didn't realize until after I edited the video and posted it. But you know, I was telling Cameron, like, call the lady, like, tell her I need the episode. And you know, I was just like, I need the epidural. So finally, the anesthesiologist, I think that's what we called him, the doctor came to do my epidural. After I got the epidural, they had checked my cervix. I was 8 centimeters dilated, so I was really almost there. So yeah, I took the pain. I did, you know, I did the thing. So then finally, I gotta get going. So finally, I had so finally I felt good. You know, I got the epidural. I'm chilling. I'm getting contractions. I'm not feeling nothing. I ain't feeling a goddamn thing, y'all. I was just chilling. Like, I was getting contractions, and I was like, oh, I'm getting a contraction. Cool. Not feeling it. That epidural saved my life, because when I tell you, if I could find a video, matter of fact, I'm gonna insert the clip right here. Oh my god. Oh, they need to hurry up. They need to hurry up. I can't take this. No, I can't. No. No. Ooh. I'm so, oh my God. Ooh.
It's almost over. It's almost.
Shit.
There you go. It's calming down. It's good. Calming down. Calming down. There you go. Slow down. Just slow down.
Ooh.
There you go. That was a big one.
Ooh.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
What's hurting? Huh?
Ow.
What's hurting?
Ow. Ow. So y'all see, I was in excruciating pain right before the epidural, but once the epidural kicked in, I was able to talk. Like literally, guys, before I got that, I felt like I was having heat flashes. I felt like I was gonna faint. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I was so thirsty. I was so like, I was just like, yo, I just can't think. I can't move. Like I could not. Y'all don't understand. I cannot. But I don't want to scare, new mothers and stuff like that, because once you're in the moment, you're able, like, this is what your body is built to do. Like us women, our bodies are made to give birth. Our bodies are made for this. So don't get discouraged. Don't get scared. I don't want to scare nobody. I don't want to scare no upcoming moms or whatever, because this is what your body is like built for. So just because I felt like them pains were freaking horrible, you probably have an easier, like, your contractions won't feel as bad as mine, like everybody's experience is always different, but I'm just explaining my personal experience. Everybody's pregnancy is different. Everybody's experience is always different. So don't get discouraged, don't get scared, none of that, because of my experience. But fast forward on to, my doctor coming. She checked me. I was 8 centimeters. And then she had went inside. And once I got to 9, she was like, she's going to help my cervix open a little more. Oh, and before that, she also couldn't, the monitor that was on my stomach wasn't monitoring the contractions correctly. So they had to stick something up there to monitor the contractions from inside instead of on top of my stomach. So that's the only difference of anything. Like I literally had a great experience, an easy experience. It was 1, 2, 3. So after they did that, she came back like an hour later. She said she was gonna help my cervix open a little bit, and she did. And I started practice pushing for like 30 minutes to see. I could not feel anything, so I was pushing for literally 2 hours. And the only reason why it was 2 hours is because I had the epidural. I couldn't feel myself push, so I was getting a little discouraged while pushing, because I'm like, I can't feel anything. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. Like, I couldn't feel it. So it was just like, the only encouragement I was getting was from my mom, my fiance, and the nurse. She was like, you're doing good, just keep pushing. So I kept pushing for a good 2 hours until baby came. But it was like 30 minutes before where she was like, I see his head, he has a head full of hair. And I'm like, oh my God, he's really coming, he's coming. So that's when I got excited, and I knew like I was doing it correctly. So I just kept doing it, the way I was doing good. I just kept doing it. Once she told me she saw his head, I was just like, all right, I gotta keep doing it like this. And sure enough, he came out at 7:35. And when she put him on my chest, yeah, I'm telling y'all right now, honestly, that was the best feeling ever. Like, the best feeling, like, I can't explain. Like, this is your first child. It will never, like, you can't relive that moment. It's not like, I don't know, like, the feeling is unexplainable. Like, you know, everybody cries. I couldn't even cry, and I'm a cry baby, okay? I was just so full of excitement, and I was just, I don't even know how to explain. Like, it's a different type of feeling. Like, I was like, literally, this baby was inside my stomach for 9 freaking months. Like, literally baking in my tummy. Like, in my tummy for 9 freaking months. And, you know, I finally get to see how he looks. And I could, like, I'm about to start tearing because, yeah, I wish I could relive that moment again, because it's literally the best moment I ever experienced in my life. Like, you know, I still look at him now and get teary-eyed. Like, you know, this is our creation, me and Kieran's creation. It's crazy. But yeah, he finally came out. I was pushing for 2 hours, and you know, it was all worth it. All that pain, and not for nothing, my morning sickness really made me change my mind about having another kid. But truth be told, I'll probably do it again. Like, I'll only do it again if, you know, my business is up and running and I could take 2-3 months off again, because my morning sickness, I didn't want to do crap. I had the worst morning sickness ever. I had morning sickness for 16 weeks straight till I was 20 weeks, but it hit me when I was 6 weeks. So 14 weeks straight, I had morning sickness every day. I woke up every single day, from when I woke up till I went to sleep. It was horrible. I didn't want to do nothing. I threw up 6 times a day. It was just, oh my God, I threw up 6 times a day. I couldn't even drink water. Like, the only thing that really helped sometimes were like slushies, bubble gum, all that. But y'all, when I tell y'all that morning sickness really changed my mind on having another kid, it really changed my mind. But you know, I'm now starting to think like, yo, I definitely think I want another kid because of the experience I have with him. Like, he literally, I wake up every morning. Now he's starting to observe more. He's starting to get up and be up. And, you know, he's doing the baby talk, and he's like up. And like, it makes me so happy knowing, you know, that I gave birth to this baby and I could do this again. I could, you know, have, I don't know, it won't be the same, but I could do this again. Like, and I would do it again. Before I was like, nah, I'm not doing this again. But I think I honestly will do this again. Like, I wish I could do it again with the same baby, so I could relive that moment. Like, cause your first is always like, this is something new. Like, I miss being pregnant. I miss my labor and delivery. I wish I could relive those moments again. That's why I tried my best to enjoy my pregnancy, because I knew for a fact, like, you know, once you have the baby, it's gonna be over, girl. You're gonna have the baby, and it's, you know, my personal experience with giving birth to my baby was the best experience I ever experienced in my life. Like, I'm gonna stop yapping. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time on my birth experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So stay tuned for the next video, because I got another cool video in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed though. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
See the way you show now, girl, I can't tame you.